completion. So we are here to learn from our distinguished Toastmaster, Bram Momon from Canada. And thank you for joining us in Zoom and in the live stream today. Any questions throughout the workshop, feel free to put in the chat or in the Slido link that you can find in the agenda. And our workshop is currently recorded and live on Facebook. So if you are not comfortable with your image and your audio shared, please mute and turn off your camera throughout the meeting. But we love to see your wonderful faces and ask thoughtful questions for our trainer today. Just a disclaimer. And now we have some opening remarks from our EVO Club President, Toastmaster Minh Nguyen. Welcome, Minh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Conan, and welcome everyone to EVO workshop, Thriving in the Online World. My name is Minh, the president of EVO Toastmaster Club, and today we are more than thrilled to have distinguished Toastmaster Bram Momon as our trainer today. This workshop will be the first in a series where we hope to build skill set together as a community at Toastmaster Club. And for those who are new to Toastmaster International, we are an international organization focusing on developing communication skill and leadership skill for everyone who join. And at EVO Toastmaster Club, other than those skill sets, we have three core values. Number one, EVOs hopefully would be the second home for everyone who join us. And number two, EVO would focus on developing every member and guest. After we join for a while, we really hope to see you guys grow and apply all of the skill set to your personal life and also your career as well. And last but not least, EVO embrace diversity. In today's interconnected world, we really see diversity is a key element to connect and thrive well with everyone. So if you guys feel resonant to our value and want to learn more about us, please fill in the form in the agenda so that we can reach out and share more about our regular meeting, our mentorship program, and other program at EVO as well. Thank you so much. And before we go to the workshop, I have a confession to make. As the president of EVO Toastmaster Club, I feel lost all the time. As someone who was born before the age of the digital age, I don't know what is happening online a lot of time. And the other day, I asked Toastmaster Tam Như and Toastmaster Conan how to do live stream on Zoom. And they look at me with a stunned expression, like I was from another planet. But joking aside, with everything happening so fast with the online world, how can we make our club stand out? How can we make the most out of social media? How can we maintain our core value as a club while, like connecting with everyone virtually like this? So if you have similar question, you're in for a treat today. We have our distinguished Toastmaster Bram Momon all the way from Canada today. He will share with us all of the tips, all of the mindset that will get us ready to thrive on the online world. Like his club, one interesting fact about his club leadership speech is that from last term, more than 40 members achieved level 3, 4, and above in the pathway. How awesome is that? So are you ready for this workshop to learn more from distinguished Toastmaster Bram Momon? All right. So if you do, yay. So let's officially start this workshop right here, right now. with a mini game. All right. So this mini game would be a very fun way to introduce ourselves, where we are, and then the question is, if you guys can choose one emoji to represent your online presence or online persona, what could it be? And everyone of us would have around like 20 seconds to do so. I can start first, and then I'm pass on to another person, and please pass on to another person after that, so we can introduce ourselves as well. So my name is Min, and I'm from EVO. And if I can choose an emoji to represent my online presence at the moment, that would be a confused emoji. And I'm passing over to Toastmaster Tâm Như. Tâm Như, where are you? And this is
Hello.
my, yes.
Okay. So if I could choose an emoji to represent my online present, it would be a virus. It. I hope. I didn't spread negativities like Corona, but I hope to be your happy virus and bring happy moments to people around me. So next up, I would pass on this opportunity to our guest, Rose.
Rose. Yeah, please, Toastmaster Rose, are you there?
Your happy emoji is happy, and it's got the heart eyes, because I'm so happy to be at this meeting and to learn from people that I can take something back to my clubs.
Wow,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. Please pass on to another person in our group. Yeah.
I'll pass on to Tam, the timer.
The timer.
Oh, okay. So I will call another person. I would like to pass on this to our Toastmaster Hương Ly.
Hương Ly.
Hi everyone, my name's Lee. You can call me Tinky. Tinky it's like the shine on the star. Right, so emoji express my myself, that is this emoji. Yay.
Okay.
I always want to send the love and the energy to all of you guys today. Back to Toastmaster
Please.
Thi Anh.
Thuy Anh, are you there?
Hey, good morning, guys. If I have one emoji, wait, where should I find that emoji and appear it on the screen like you guys did?
Okay. React. You can go to React. Yeah.
Oh, I see, I see. I think I will choose this emoji
Oh.
because life is a joke.
All right, it's fun, right? So can you
Yeah,
pass
it's
on to
fun.
another members in our club, in
I will
our chat
pass.
room?
I will pass to Conan.
Conan.
Hello, Conan.
Yes. Yeah, 1 second. Let me get my emoji.
Mhm.
The emoji is the
Detective.
one who's the nerd who cannot stop working and just Toastmaster for life. That's my emoji.
Yeah. Please
And
pass on to
let me pass to Toastmaster Hip.
Hip. Welcome, Toastmaster Hip. Hello, Toastmaster Hip. Oh, he's frozen.
He's frozen.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's
Toastmaster Quỳnh Anh.
Quỳnh Anh.
Hi, good
Hi.
morning.
Yeah. So the question is like, can you introduce yourself and what emoji would represent your online presence or online persona?
So we answer it now?
Yes, yes, yes. 20 seconds.
Sorry.
Hello. Hello, Toastmaster Hip and Quỳnh Anh. All right. So in conscious of time, let's continue the game a bit later.
My connection is a little bit unstable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much, everyone, to join the mini game. As you can see, like everyone would have a different online persona, and it's challenging to navigate around online world. So today, with distinguished Toastmaster Prem Mamon, we can learn a lot more. So yeah, let's get ready. And back to you, Toastmaster Conan.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Min, for the game that introduced us to the concept today, the online presence, and how the online presence of a club can stand out, and you can invite more members to the club and have them thrive in the online world. That's what we're gonna learn from our trainer today. More information about Ram. Ram has been a Toastmaster for 28 years with 3 DTMs. He is a leadership coach and trainer, consulting and training in large organizations as well as online training courses. He has purchased for large HPL or high performance leadership projects, level 5 projects in certain pathways. And thousands of Toastmasters attended his HPL project events since the pandemic 4 years ago. He has been a Club Coach of the Year on District 86, a founder of Leadership Speak, an advanced Toastmaster club with over 57 members and 25 countries. Leadership Speak attained the spot as a top club globally in 2 short years since February 2022. And today he's going to present on how to thrive in an online world. Let us welcome our trainer, Bram Momon.
That's my favorite emoji. I don't know if there's an emoji, but there you go. Thank you. Thriving in an online world. Yes, let's talk about that today and see what that looks like. So, ladies and gentlemen, well, thriving in an online world needs certain thinking. It's all about a shift in our mind. What I have found is that those clubs that were in existence before the pandemic, what they were doing is when the pandemic hit and we all went online, they tried to squeeze in their knowledge of physical meetings into an online meeting, and you cannot do that. Physical meeting is different and an online meeting is different. However, there's certain mindsets that work anywhere with any club anyways, to begin with. I can see from here that you have mastered Zoom and you know how to use Zoom. Some of you are not well, some of you are still learning and some of you are experts. I can already see that. And so you have to have mastery over technology for sure, because we are in an online world. Would you agree that, right? That mastery on technology is a must, because everything is technology. Now, for example, for me, I have 2 huge screens, lighting on in front of me, lighting over on the top and on the sides. And I've got a nice microphone. Can you all hear me? Well, yes. So, Conan, thank you so much for the invitation. How do you thrive in an online world? Let's have a look. Do you remember about 14 years ago, you used to go to a store and rent DVDs, take it to your home, put it into a DVD drive, and you watch it on TV? How many of you remember this sort of stores? Do you remember that? Right? And then what happened? What happened? This store, by the way, in North America was, for those of you who are in North America, was called Blockbuster, and it went bust because it didn't change with times, and it was falling behind because guess what? These guys came along. Netflix. How many of you have Netflix? How many of you watch Netflix? It's a global phenomenon. So from physical to online, something happened, right? Now here's the thing. This was March 8th, 2020, where I am. I was the club coach. You can see me on the right-hand side, right? I'm the club coach. And let's see. This lady here was the club secretary, and the person who took the picture is the president of the club. And there's just 2 people in the club and me as a club coach. There's 3 of us. The rest of the people that you see there are all guests. I'd invited all the guests because with 2 members present, you cannot conduct a meeting, right? So all those people were guests. Now, what happened on March the 15th? Well, on March the 15th, ladies and gentlemen, something very strange thing happened, is that we were in this scenario and we had to shift our mind from a physical meeting to an online meeting, and we didn't stop. From 1 week on the 8th to the 15th, in between that 1 week, we had to learn Zoom. I had to go and learn Zoom because nobody else knew Zoom, and teach them during the week how to use Zoom, and then come on Saturday for a fully fledged meeting. So, ladies and gentlemen, that club was called My Speak Toastmasters Club, February of 2020 to March of 2020, when the pandemic hit. What I did as a club coach was tell the club, ladies and gentlemen, we are now online, and we are only 3 of us, me as a coach and you 2 as members. We need to do something different. We have all these guests that I've invited, and they need to become members at some point in time. What is the basis? So we set a club vision. So take this down. Do you have a club vision? So here's this club vision here, and it was setting world-class trend in online meetings. Now remember, the keyword is world-class. So with the keyword world-class, guess what? Now a club is made up of members. Would you agree? A club is not a club, it's nothing. It's the members. So the members had to be world-class. They had to begin to think differently, not just come into a meeting half prepared. They had to come fully prepared. They had to raise the bar high to excellence level and come and do the meetings as they were supposed to be done. No club can ever fail if they have high standards of excellence, and they're serving and there's leadership's present and we know technology well. A club cannot fail. I have a challenge. I can raise any club with any number of members. If they're willing, I can raise it to be one of the top clubs globally very easily, with a few principles that I'm going to talk about today. So now what happened with MySpeak? Well, what happened with MySpeak is that something very amazing happened. Between February of 2020 and June of 2021, there were 53 members and 125 education awards. We were one of the top 4 clubs. Now, between February of 2020 and June of 2020, in 4 months during the pandemic, changing from physical to an online meeting, 2 members to 23 members and a president's distinguished. And then the following year, they actually made me become a member. They wanted me to become a member and be the president to lead them in the following year, which I did, and that was the result. And today I'm going to tell you what we did to get the result. But here, you are talking about Leadership Speak, which is my current club. I'm not a member of MySpeak anymore. I created Leadership Speak, which is an online advanced club. Now, in an online advanced club as well, what we did was we created this for the club. We said, okay, it's a premier club for Toastmasters to become better self-directed leaders, and the club is premier, right? So the keywords is premier and self-directed. Premier means what? It's as good as world-class, right? That's what it meant. To be world-class, to be right at the top of the world, or premier. And all the people who were in the club had to become self-directed. As you know, our program, the Toastmasters program, is what? It is self-directed. Would you agree? Because nobody can tell you how fast to go or how slow to go in the program. It's up to you. You have to determine how many speeches you're going to do in the next 3 months, what sort of roles you're going to take on. You may have a mentor. The mentor may tell you, but it's up to you in the end to do that. You have to be totally self-directed. And guess what? You were never taught. We were never taught. None of us were ever taught in school or anywhere to be self-directed, to take charge of our lives, to take charge of our direction. That's why many people are poor at setting goals or setting a vision statement or knowing the direction of their life, because we were never taught that in school. We have to learn that as an extracurricular activity. However, because of this vision statement that we had, right? February, we actually, again, by coincidence, we created the club in February of 2022. From launch to charter just took 1 week. We had 21 members. And from February to June of 2022, we had 29 members and presidents distinguished. June 2023, we had 50 members, 116 education awards, and June 2024, as you can all see right here, this is what we had, all right? Now, as you can see, the vision statement, these statements are very strong, and if the club embraces this, and every new member that comes in has to embrace this, when they come to join and say, this is what the club is about. Now, MySpeak was a community club, by the way, just like you are. You're a community club, I believe, not an advanced club. So, you know, as a community club, you could still set your own vision statement, or as an advanced club, of course, an advanced club has to have a unique selling proposition. And so we had this unique selling proposition. We still have it. And we have currently on the books, when the dashboard gets updated for August on Friday, August the 9th, Friday, you'll see that we have 60 members. All right. Now, of course, when October comes, there will be attrition. Every club has attrition. People leave for different reasons and so on. So we will have maybe 45, 50 members. We're adding members constantly. We have members from 27 different countries currently, right? All because, to begin with, have a vision statement. What are we about? And then walk the talk and talk the walk. You have to exemplify what the vision statement is. So if it is world-class, everyone said, I'm world-class, what sort of, how should I perform? If the club says it's a premier club, which means, again, one of the top, this is supposed to be a top club. So the members begin to think, if this is the top club, my performance should be top. Immediately, people begin to form goals as to how can I do a triple crown? How can I do more than a triple crown? You know, so that this club and I exemplify that this club is premier, therefore I am a leader, and the name itself suggests that I will speak as a leader with confidence, conviction, and credibility, and there's critical thinking involved. It all begins with, you guessed it, a vision statement. Why are we here? And every new member that joins in, has to be consistent with our vision statement. That's why we have vision statements, right? An organization that you may be working for has a vision statement. They know the direction they're going in, right? And so if you're aligned with that direction, you'll succeed very well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on to the next thing. How did we do all these things, ladies and gentlemen? This is the important thing. Now, I've told you, right, that there's a few key things, and one of them was technology, remember, right? And so what we do is we take technology. We have to be very proficient at technology, and you can see I'm using the technology to the max right here, right now in front of you, right? So we have to be proficient with technology and take our leadership skills. Leadership is, what is leadership? It is a series of habits and behaviors and rituals and things that we do that enable others to be inspired. That is leadership. And a leader is a person, and leadership is the ability to do what is required to raise and uplift others around you. It is simply to influence and inspire people. So if you're inspiring and influencing people to rise to the next level and become better, and you're using technology to the max, guess what you can achieve? Well, you add service to it. One of our core values is what? There's 4 core values, right? What are the core values? Anyone here? Shout out, Conan. Do you know what the core values are of Toastmasters International? Anyone here? So,
integrity, respect,
Service.
something else, and excellence.
Put it in the chat, everyone. Let's see.
Service and excellence.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very good. You got it. Integrity, service, excellence, and integrity, respect, service, and excellence. So service is the key value. And so we have to be servant leaders to serve our members, to serve each other, and to serve ourselves, and to get others to help us to serve us so that we can succeed. So when you include leadership, service, and technology together, that is the key to success. All right. Now, what does that look like, therefore, ladies and gentlemen? Let's have a look at that. When leadership is present, when you're inspiring people, you are using technology, everyone knows technology, or they are instructed how to use technology to the max, right? And you're serving as a servant leader and bring a high standard of service. What you're creating is an environment for excellence, high quality. The meeting begins right on time, ends whenever it's supposed to be ending, and everything in the meeting happens the way it's supposed to happen according to the agenda. And everyone is there before the meeting begins so that we know that they are going to be holding their roles, right? That is excellence. It's a culture of excellence. And so that is the other core value. So when leadership and technology and service is present, you can produce excellence. And from excellence, guess what? All right. It is paying attention to minute details. That is what excellence is. Every minute detail in the club needs to happen in the way it's supposed to happen. That is excellence. Number two, ladies and gentlemen, is that when excellence is present, there's a certain experience that is created. And when there's a certain experience that is created, that experience creates engagement with your members. And that is key. That is so key, engagement. And engagement is what? Membership growth. And the people are inspired and they don't want to leave. They want to be with the party. Attrition will always happen for sure, but it will minimize your attrition, and members will be so proud to be part of that club. So when you have a vision statement, you bring in your leadership skills and technology and serve each other and serve the members to the highest standards, right? And bring in excellence, the experience will create the engagement. Let me give you an example. You go to a restaurant. And here in North America, at least, and some of you are from North America, you know, you go to a nice restaurant, and at the front there'll be, if it is, you know, peak time for dinner, there'll be a sign, please wait to be seated. We all know that, right? I'm sure that you have it in some of your restaurants over there, wherever you are in the world. I haven't traveled the world, so I'm assuming it's something common. When the person, the host or the hostess doesn't come and take your name down and doesn't address you and speak to you, guess what? Within 2 minutes, you'll be like, what's going on in this restaurant? Nobody's taking care of me, right? And within the next 3 or 4 minutes, you'll probably pull out your phone and say, where is the nearest other restaurant? Next door? I'll go next door. But when you are served, when somebody says, immediately you go there, there's somebody saying, let's take you down your name. We'll get a table ready. It's going to be in 15 minutes or in 5 minutes or 2 minutes, whatever it is. And please wait by here. Here's a bench. Please have a seat. Thank you very much. And that's the restaurant you want to be in. And then when your time comes, you are seated. The table is clean. They're not like cleaning your table while you're standing around. That doesn't work. The table is clean, it's all set before you even enter the place. And there you sit down, the waiter is right there taking your order. The meal arrives on time, it is hot the way it's supposed to be. You know, the waiter is smiling and the bill arrives on time. It is the correct bill with the right amount, so you don't have to worry about anything, and you pay with a good tip because you had a great experience and you get engaged with that restaurant. You come back to that restaurant. Same with any club. When a guest comes into the room, how long before they are greeted is very, very important. And today I was greeted immediately. For an online club, I use a rule of thumb. More than 30 seconds and it is too late. Because in an online club, it is very isolating. We feel lonely very quickly when everybody else is talking and we come into a room as a guest, right? Would you agree? So those are the things that make a club very successful. So standard operating procedures. What is the standard of operation? How are you going to operate in a club? So there's this input, there's a system. There's inputs into the system, all right? And then there's a function, something happens in the system, and there's an output. Input, function in the system, and an output. So what is this function in a club? We have already seen the inputs, right? We just described the inputs, which is technology, service, excellence, and all those sort of things. And the function is, of course, is the systems and the club culture and how you're behaving with each other. It's all to do with leadership and being a leader, right? And if you have good relationship with each other and it shows up and members walk in, guests walk in, they feel very warm and welcome because everyone is friendly and so on. And they're not fighting amongst each other. There's no conflicts, right? So, and they're greeted immediately, they're greeted warmly, and they felt welcome. So here's the club, right, ladies and gentlemen. And the inputs we've already said is leadership, technology, and service, and leaders walking the talk and talking the walk. There's your inputs. The function is, as you've already said, anything that you do that creates excellence and provide excellence, that creates a great experience, that has the guest getting engaged and become a member, and members being engaged so they don't leave because they don't get fed up easily. They say, wow, this is an amazing club. I want to be in this club. And the output is inspired membership. And of course, therefore, inspired membership means what? It means that you are doing more education awards, you're getting more members, everybody's inspired. That's the output. Inspired membership means more education awards, people doing triple crowns, and so on. This is the formula. You can raise any club, any suffering club, any club that's not doing well. If you bring this into the club, they will succeed. That's the formula, period. Now, as leaders ourselves, what is my personal operating standard procedure? What is your personal operating standard procedure as a leader? Whether you're a DTM or you're not a DTM, what is it? How are you branding yourself? You walk into a room, before you even open your mouth, people have already assessed you, right? As to who this person is from communication, non-verbal communication. You're all Toastmasters. You know about non-verbal communication as well as verbal communication. And all depends on what's going on in your mind, your attitudes, your behaviors, and so on. And what you think of Toastmasters and why you are here. And if you adhere to a vision statement that says world-class, or it's premier, or we are going to be great high-performing team, or we're going to be legendary Toastmasters, whatever it is that your vision statement is, people begin to think that way and behave accordingly. And so when Toastmasters are behaving poorly, they come in late, they don't know why they are here, they may do a speech now and then do another speech 3 months later. That's poor performance. And who wants to follow such a leader? Nobody wants to follow such a leader, right? Beyond poor is good. Let's be good, which most clubs are. They're good. But when pandemic hit, the good went to, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And they went into poor. And beyond good, so good is not good enough. However, you need to raise it to the next level, which is, ta-da, guess what it is? Excellence. So excellence has to be present everywhere that you are. Whenever you are in Toastmasters or even out in the real world, brand yourself in how you talk to people and how you are inspired, and the positivity that you bring has to be at an excellent level. It's you personally, who you are personally and who people are personally in the club. When you come to my club, you'll see that everywhere, because that's the expectation. And it all comes because of some of the leaders. When a brand new member comes, they see all the leaders are inspired and they have great attitude and they're talking positively and they're raising the level. They'll start to do the same. Because if you surround yourself with like-minded people, guess what? You become like those people. So you want to surround yourself, and then you want other members to surround themselves with you to be inspired. Beyond excellence, we are all working towards becoming outstanding. How many of you want to be an outstanding Toastmaster? Anyone who wants to be an outstanding Toastmaster? Rose, awesome. Yeah, man, great. And I'm sure Conan is outstanding already, because he contacted me and said, you must come and speak. Thanks, Ian. Awesome. And beyond outstanding is the path of mastery. How can I master this? So not as a Toastmaster, of course, but how can I master communication? How can I master leadership? How can I be a master leader so that when I speak, people listen to me? When I speak, I'm heard as the leader. When I speak, because I speak as a leader, I speak with confidence. What does that require? Mastery level. And beyond mastery level is what? Right? We all know the term GOAT, the greatest of all time. Who wants to be the greatest of all time? I think every Toastmaster should be a GOAT. Absolutely, man. Yes, you should be a GOAT, and everyone else here should be a GOAT. Not the one in the farm, of course, not that GOAT, but the greatest of all time GOAT. All right. And we all know in sports, right? They say when in sports, this guy is a GOAT, it means he's the greatest, which means what? He practiced and practiced and practiced and failed and failed and failed and kept practicing, and from poor he went to good to excellent, outstanding to he had mastered, and then became the greatest of all time. Now, when you are a GOAT, which means you are good at communication, you're good at leading people, what would it be like outside in the real world? In my club, we say this: I don't want you to do anything in Toastmasters. Take this down. I don't want you to do anything in Toastmasters that is not useful outside in the real world. If you can do something in the real world out there and it's useful, do it here. Practice it here, fail here, get the feedback, become good, become outstanding, and then take it outside, and you'll be awesome outside in the real world. Because the only reason why we are in Toastmasters is so that we can become good, outstanding, and not good, but excellent, outstanding, and have mastery over communication and be good leaders. That's the reason why we are in Toastmasters. Otherwise, we shouldn't be here. Would you agree? So who are you going to be and what will you do, ladies and gentlemen? What are you going to be doing? Who are you going to be? What sort of path do you want to follow? Do you want to follow a path, or do you want to become somebody that people look up to and they are inspired around you? So let's go back to this. There's another problem. This is part 2. There's one other problem with going online, right? Now you can see there's all these rectangles on the screen when there's like 30, 40 people, and they're all there. Guess what? They're all isolated. They can't talk to each other. Only one person can talk at a time. There's isolation, a tremendous amount of isolation. People feel very isolated. And so you have to do something so that people don't feel isolated. And today you had a game, for example, right at the beginning. But is that sufficient? Well, you could go beyond, or maybe you do, I don't know. But let's have a look at what is the problem with online, going online. Organizations especially have found, right, that people get very isolated. But online organizations where people report online, they have never met the manager, they've never met the employees. They get instructions once in a while with the manager over the phone or in emails, and they feel very isolated. And so it is with an online club as well, right? And so we need to really overcome that isolation. We need to make sure that the members know that I'm here and I'm here to help you on a regular basis. There's like 58 members in the club. I know each and every member, where they are at, what they are up to, what difficulties or obstacles they are finding, or will they be speaking, why, or how much they are engaged. I know every member. Why? I don't let them get isolated. I don't leave them to sort of find their own way. I communicate with them on a regular basis. I'll just send this, hey, Conan, for example, I would say, if Conan was a member, hey, Conan, hope all is well, period. That's it, simple line. And then they'll tell me whatever it is they want to tell me, right? And so members don't feel isolated because communication is key, and you have to build a community. And this is all to do with leadership. This has nothing to do with a meeting or coming to a meeting and doing a role, right? Would you agree? This is all to do with something that happens outside the meeting, in between the meetings. That's where you build community. And communication is key. How you communicate with your members. George Bernard Shaw, a playwright from 1835 to 1954. Well, no, 1865 to 1954, I believe. Well, I think the date is on there anyways. This is what he said. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Famous playwright in England. And the key word is communication. We think that we are saying something, but does it really occur as communication? What happens on the other side, or the people we are communicating? Will they respond accordingly, and will they be inspired, and will they follow through with the communication? If they are not following through, that means there's not effective communication. And so we need to build effective communication. That is key. So in an online club, it's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, that your communication is designed to connect with your members while you're not there during the meetings. Your members need to feel, and everyone in all online clubs or in any club anywhere globally, anyways, physical or online, members need to feel connected, especially in an online club, because we feel very isolated. No, I have members from 27 different countries. Now, I'm in Toronto, in a city near Toronto, Canada, and there's people from 13 time different zones. And the only way, like I said, is to send them a WhatsApp message once in a while to begin with. That's one of those important things. Communicate, connect, right? It is key factor. Now, the key to my success, for those of you who really want to be very successful and want to become master, is begin to communicate one-on-one, as I've already said, one-on-one. When we send mass emails, or when we put in the WhatsApp group something and we expect all the members to respond, they will not. It is group dynamics that when you put an email to all the members, one generic email or one generic message to a group, very few people will respond, or if at all, well, none will respond, because people think, oh, somebody else will do it. It's just natural human tendency. That's the psychology of human beings. So if I have 58 members, 60 members, or 10 members, or 2 members, I began with 2 members in my speak, and we built it to 53 members. It was always connecting one-on-one. Any club that I've ever been a member of over the past 28 years has always been connect one-on-one. It takes time. I cannot be busy for my members. It takes time to connect one-on-one. If there's, especially when the club becomes very big, like I have currently, I still take the time to connect with members, and I know what's going on in their lives. One-on-one, one at a time. This is the key to my success. This is the only key to my success, to what I've done in my life, is to connect with human beings. Period. Simple. So any Toastmaster that if they think that they're going to only come during a meeting and hold a 3-minute slot for an evaluator, or a 7-minute slot for a speaker, they're not going to learn anything about leadership. This thing happens outside of the meetings. Outside of the meetings, right? This connection. Leadership is built not during a meeting. Leadership is built outside, in between the meetings. And it begins with the quality of connection. People need to feel that you care about them, that you care for them, that it is a genuine interest, that you're genuinely interested in them, and you should be genuinely interested in people, which is, of course, being a leader that inspires people and influences people, right? That is the power of that formula. And you begin to understand, you listen more and be interested rather than being interesting. Common sense things that we've all heard all our lives, but very rarely ever followed. So you need to follow those critical things. That begins to create a rapport between you and your members, right? An affinity, a relationship, a relatedness with the members. And the isolation factor goes down to almost 0. If your members do not feel isolated from the rest of the members, from the rest of the club, you've done a great job, and you'll have great high retention at all times. So, ladies and gentlemen, once you have created such a scenario in your club, the thing is then you need to collaborate with your members. They need to begin to think that they are part of a community. And remember 2 slides ago, I said communicate to create community. So it's communication to connect. Connection creates collaboration. You collaborate, of course, to create a meeting. All right. And that is a collaborative effort rather than just VP of Education setting up the agenda and expecting people to come, right? It is a collaborative effort. We involve the Toastmaster of the day. We involve an education speaker and say, you two collaborate and come up with a theme. And the theme is always around leadership. All of the themes are around leadership because it is leadership speak. And the Toastmaster of the day will open the meeting with the theme. And before that, also before the meeting, a week before the meeting, we create content based on the theme. It's 150 word approximately of the theme. So today it was, okay. Let's talk about last week. It was evaluations and critical thinking, for example, right? Which is a great example. And we had content written to explain what we mean by that and why leaders should need to think critically, for example. And then it was posted on social media. We had 90 people register for the event, and we had 26 people sign up our guest book. So the Toastmaster of the day and the leadership speaker speak and collaborate and create the theme, and the leadership education speaker gets 20 minutes to speak on the theme. The word of the day, the grammarian makes sure that that word of the day is consistent with the theme. At the end, we have a thought of the day. The thought of the day is consistent with the theme. At the beginning, we have a toast. We raise the toast, and it is consistent with the theme. And then we have 6 other speakers as well, maximum 6 more speakers. In total, 7 speakers. We don't have table topics because we are an advanced club focused on leadership skills, which is communication and leadership only, without table topics. So we are able to fit 7 speakers. Not only that, we also meet on Tuesdays. It's not a meeting day. Meeting days are Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. my time. But on Tuesdays, we meet. And I train and coach the club members on what it means to be a good leader or how to speak effectively on Tuesdays. Then we meet on Thursdays to make sure that everyone knows what their role is for Saturday and they are doing it effectively and efficiently, because in my club, the standards are very high. And if you come from a community club and you come to my club and say, I've done this for 10 years, I know, and we said, no, you don't know. And they don't, because we have a different way of doing things. And that culture is different. The standards are very high. And they come for training on Thursday. All new members have to come for training on Thursday. We train them how to do the role our way, with our culture, with our high standards. So we meet twice in between the meetings, we meet twice. And our meetings are always on Saturdays, every Saturday. Most clubs meet every other week. Most advanced clubs meet maybe twice a month or once a month. This is an advanced club that meets every week. The only week we don't meet is the nearest meeting day to New Year's Eve. That is the only time we don't meet. Otherwise, even if it's Christmas time, we meet, because not everybody's celebrating Christmas. So that's the level of community and team playing that we have in the leadership speak. And also in my speak, we have the same thing that creates people coming together, understanding each other, talking to each other, and knowing that they're trained well, that they will do well in the meeting. And even if they fail to do well, at least they've come for training, so they have a basis and foundation of what it is to become excellent, right? And that avoids isolation, and that's where leadership is created. Key factors in becoming very successful. All right. So here's the two functions of any club or any organization. One is managerial in nature, which I've already described, right? Managerial, a club meeting is very managerial. There's just a checklist, and you go through the checklist, and you go to any club globally, and they have the same thing. The sergeant at arms will start the meeting, right? And sometimes the president will come on, or in some clubs, the Toastmaster of the day will be introduced, and the Toastmaster of the day comes on and starts off the meeting with the theme, right? And speaks to the theme, hopefully not for 30 seconds, for about 3-4 minutes. In my club, that's how long it does, right? Because we are talking about leadership, and the theme is around leadership. So they'll explain what this means to the team, Toastmaster of the day, and so on. So it is all managerial in nature. However, what happened in between the meetings is where leadership happened. So the agenda, tick, it's anything that ticks and that all the processes are done is process oriented, is all managerial, right? The roles and how the roles are conducted and running a meeting is all totally managerial, because all process oriented. However, excellence, high standard, technology, and leadership is behind this, right? It is behind this to create what we want to create, right? Oops. All right, let me just get back to, there we go. So now, what do I mean by leadership? We already discussed that, having a purpose, having a vision, having a goal. So all club executive members must walk the talk. They must be aligned to the purpose of the club. Why do we exist? If you don't have a purpose for the club and a vision statement, there's a Toastmaster International mission statement that is read in every club at the beginning of every meeting, which we do, right? And it's a standard mission statement. So if nothing else, if you don't have your own, are the club members aligned to that mission statement that you're reading at the beginning of every meeting? Hopefully it is being read. If not, it's okay. At least everyone should be aligned. But I would suggest that you do read that, and that you're not doing it mechanically, like most clubs do it mechanically, or it's something to be done. Pay attention to it. The second thing is distinguish club points versus club success plan. This is two different things. Our club, every club that I've been in for the past few years, our goal is that by November, we'll achieve all the 10 points. We put that outside, out of the way. Our 10 points are just done. It's not a big deal for us by November. So from July to November, all 10 are done. Because our second training in my district happens in November, the second training. So that is done very easily. And then we discuss about what is retention. The vice president of membership is making sure that people are retained, and it's part of the club success plan, right? And that there's membership growth, and there's open houses, and what sort of open houses you will have. I don't have the time to go into in depth about those sort of things today. And the key skill is, of course, to communicate, to connect, and create a community. All these things happen outside a meeting, right? Right now, we all become great managers, right? With excellence and service, right? Creating engagement. But leadership happens when me and Conan were going back and forth and arranging this. That was leadership. Conan is a great leader. He put a notice in Toastmasters International. I usually don't even look at Toastmasters International. There's so much noise there. I don't know why I replied to this guy who is Conan, and he took off from there. And he's an amazing leader that I'm here today. Right? He made it happen. So thank you, Conan. And of course, make sure that your teamwork is a high-performing team. All right. That everyone thinks of themselves as part of a team. That it's not like I can come and go whenever I please. You come, you are affecting 20, 30 other members in the club. I don't know how many members you have. And if you don't come, you're affecting those 20, 30 other members. So you'd better let us know what you're up to. You're part of a team. You're part of a world-class team. That means communication is important. I'm connecting with you. I need you to connect back with me. That's a high-performing team. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, here's the other thing. Have a strong mentor team and make sure that the mentors connect with the person that they're mentoring. I was discussing this with Conan when I first met him about this, I believe. And it was Why is there a poor mentor program in most clubs? It's because when a mentor is assigned to a new club, to a new member, I think it's a failure of understanding who should be doing what. I think a new member should always connect with a new, a mentor should connect with a new member before expecting a new member to connect with the mentor. Here's the reason why. When you join an organization, you go to a new job, right? On day one, they don't tell you to sit at your cubicle or your workstation, wherever it is, and say, here's your computer, good luck. No. For the first 2 or 3 days, you may not even work, depending on the size of the organization. They will introduce you to everyone, take you around, right? They will take you out to perhaps lunch, or you'll meet your team, and your team will come around and, greet you, and you'll be taken to some workshops or training, whatever it is that needs to be done, the orientation that happens, right? An onboarding process. And so what is your onboarding process, right? And so a mentor is part of the onboarding process. You don't expect, to get the new employees to sit at their workstation and they say, good luck, here's your computer, start working. And the employees left to their own devices. They are totally isolated. They will be afraid to even stand up and say hello to the next person next to them. That is expected of any new member, even in a club like ours, which is an advanced club. They have been Toastmasters for a while. We don't expect them to start out and say hello to everyone. We make sure that we make them feel warmed and welcome before they sort of begin to integrate into the club. It is up to the mentors, right? So that is key to retention and growing your clubs. Now, as you can see, some of the things that I'm saying is not only online, but anywhere, right? But the online part was the technology part and how you use technology and so on. And the feeling of isolation shouldn't be there. Now you connect is even more often. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, training is key. And I already told about how we train our members on a Thursday before Saturday. So they are trained and they know what's going to happen on Saturday for brand new members, especially. So we don't have one-on-one mentoring. So we do trainings instead. On one-on-one mentoring, if you can't meet on other days and train your new members, a mentor should always meet with their protege or the mentee way before. Okay, and the next thing that I want to talk about is digital literacy, right? And digital literacy is all about technology again. So let's go back to a little bit about technology. Here are the things that we have. There's Zoom. We're all using Zoom. We are on Zoom. We have to be very good at what Zoom is. I can see you guys are very good. You are streaming. You are recording. Meeting started on time. I'm spotlighted. Very well done. All right. You know how to use Zoom well. And hopefully you're using that Zoom facility when you are doing your regular meetings. And then there's online collaboration tools and the emerging technology of artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and augmented reality will change things even more. Artificial intelligence is already changing things and how we do things, right? And hopefully you know what to do with that, all right? So for example, in the Zoom meeting right now, you're wondering, what is this guy doing? How is he doing all this stuff? Well, here's the thing. I'll tell you what I'm doing. If you type in mmhm.app in your browser, you'll be taken to a place called It's pronounced as And this is what I'm using. I'm using Yes, I know. So this here is Keynote, which is on the Mac computer. On Windows computer, it's called PowerPoint. All the animations you see are in here, okay? And this one feeds into right? And my camera, I have a camera that also fits, transmits into and transmits into Zoom. Zoom thinks is a camera app. That's the way it's designed. So there I have a green screen behind me. It takes off everything and puts the slides behind me, which is the Keynote here, all right? Which is PowerPoint in Windows. And all the animations happen here. Now, how am I writing all these things? And what am I doing, right? How is all this writing coming on? Well, there's no secret. I have an iPad right now in front of me is iPad, but the computer's over there. The iPad is transmitting and I'm writing on my iPad, and the Keynote or PowerPoint, if you may, appears on my iPad. I'm writing on my iPad, right? And It's appearing on the computer. And I can take off everything that I want, I don't want, and there you are, back to normal. So that's how I'm using technology to the max, to the hilt, right? And online collaboration, I know the red light is going on. We use WhatsApp. Easy Speak is a scheduling system that we use. We use Google Drive, Gmail, YouTube, where everything is put on all our videos are put on YouTube, every meeting's videos, and of course, Facebook and LinkedIn for promotions and so on. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we do to create what we've created here. This is what my workstation looks like currently, exactly the way it is. There it is. You see this huge microphone here, all right? There it is, right? But currently I'm using a lapel, a very expensive lapel microphone because I do a lot of presentations, all right? This is digital leadership. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's called dynamism. Will things change? As this cartoon says, I was wondering when you'd notice more steps. Yes, things will keep changing. Things will keep happening. There'll be shifts happening, massive shifts happening in the next 3-4 years. Be prepared for it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the future of leadership. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. There'll be changes in technology will keep happening. It creates transformation in how we do things, how we deal with changes. It'll transform us. 80% of it is just mindset, how to deal with things. 20% skill set. Anybody can learn very quickly what I'm using this technology. You can learn that in 1 hour. All right. But most of it is right in between here. Mindset. This is how we thrive in the online world. Back to you, Mr. Moderator, Conan. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Bram, for the packed workshop. I learned so much from your workshop today, and for sure we'll rewatch the live stream and the recording later to learn more and take notes of especially the technology you use. I'm very curious and really want to try that out. And now we're moving to the next part, which is our Q&A. A lot of people have asked questions in the Slido link, and here's some questions for you, Bram. And sure. I know we may run out of time, so I just go through some of the questions for now. Question 1: how can distinguished Toastmaster Bram Momon recruit such a diverse audience to join his Advanced Toastmaster Club? From Won An Kim.
Well, let's begin with what I did 4 years ago, because everything has sort of built on what I started doing 4 years ago. And there were 2 members and myself. What we did was, one of the things we did was, after about 2 or 3 months of having high quality meetings and all this, every meeting, like every week, there were just guests they would keep coming every week and assume roles and so on. Then I started to have international presidents come and visit the club. We had world champions of public speaking visit the club, and we would advertise everywhere. International presidents coming to the club because it's online. They could be sitting anywhere, and they could come and visit. Now, in a physical meeting, it's not possible, right? We have a great advantage in an online meeting. We can call any international president, any world champion of public world champion to come and speak at our club, and we'd advertise that heavily. And guess what? When people say, oh, the international president is coming, oh, the world champion of public speaking is coming, and he's going to do a workshop or he's going to speak about this, I want to be there. And when guests come in and they see an excellent, high quality meeting and great services being provided, they say, oh my goodness, what the heck is this? I've never seen this. I want to be a member here. Boom. Case closed. Next.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Next question. How do your club plan your schedule to arrange for so many members to level up?
Wonderful.
Regarding patterns. Yeah.
Yes, great question, by the way. So as you know, we meet on Saturdays. We have 7 speakers lined up, right? But also they come on Tuesdays. When I coach them, they also do their final speeches on Tuesdays or on Thursdays. So we meet 3 times a week. And sometimes because our members are division directors and area directors or presidents of other clubs, they're dual members. They may be speaking, they may be invited to speak somewhere, and they may do a speech elsewhere and say, I want this credit to go to leadership speak. Boom. Very easily, 158 awards done last year. Next.
How do you best engage people in an online meeting?
Actually, that was extensively covered in my presentation. Go and have a look, relook. Connection.
Okay.
Connect with your members one-on-one. One-on-one. Make sure they feel important. They feel they're, they feel that they are members that are valued, that you add value to them, right? And when there's high level of service again, and leadership and inspiration, they'll always come and get engaged. Remember the 3: excellence, experience, and engagement. Go back and review that.
Okay. Your club is an advanced club, so what are your advanced rules?
A member can only join the club if they've done level 3 of a pathway, one pathway. They must have completed level 3 is a requirement. That is the only requirement we have. Rules, we don't have rules. All clubs are governed by the protocols and by the 4 core values, and that are present. And then, of course, our vision statement as well, to be a better self-directed leader. You won't be here. You better become self-directed, set your goals, set your vision, set your purpose and direction, and make sure that you follow through. Those are the rules we play by.
Mm.
And of course,
Okay.
high quality, you must perform at a higher level of quality, right? We expect them, so we'll train you for that. Okay?
Okay. And one last question. Your slogan is Leadership Architect, Transforming the World. What action activities do your club focus on creating leaders?
We expect that every member who joins Leadership Speak is a leader without a title. We talk to them as if they are leaders. We have straightforward talk, like in any organization where you go to work. People are not just laying around, just joking with each other and just having good time and fun. That's not why you go to work. You go to work to do certain things, right? And so people come here to do certain things. They come here to learn communication. They'll come here to learn leadership. And so the action is how we talk to each other, how I inspire people. And when they come on Tuesdays, the coaching that I provide for the members on how to become better leaders and how to become better at their speaking. And on Thursdays, how to sort of assume your roles during a Saturday meeting, what you need to do. And the expectation is everywhere, high quality. It's a premier club for experienced Toastmasters to become better self-directed leaders. We keep saying that over and over. We keep repeating that on a very regular basis. It's like drilled into the people that this is our expectation. And that is how leaders are created. When you begin to walk the talk and you have a vision statement and you walk according to that vision statement, automatically people get inspired and they begin to behave accordingly. So it's all in the environment. It's the club culture.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you, Bram. That's it for the Q&A session today. Thank you for the workshop and also the questions that you answered. And I know I didn't go over all the questions. Any other questions, please reach out to Bram directly through the WhatsApp that you can find in the agenda. And now we move on to the next part, which is the certificate of appreciation. And as we all know, our trainer today, right now is supposed to be 10:39 p.m. Eastern time, and it's not easy to stay up until now and deliver this high quality workshop for all of us. And we're here to learn, and we, especially our officers at EVO, is greatly appreciate of your willingness to share with the Toastmaster community here. And That is why we have our certificate of appreciation for your participation as a trainer in the thriving in an online world. Thank you very much. And
Thank you, Anand. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
thank you. And Mr. Min, can you pin and take a picture of Mr. Graham with the certificate, please?
Of course, of course. So please cheese 1, 2, 3. Another one, just one second. 1, 2, 3. That's all. Thank you. Can we also do a group photo to save this beautiful memory?
Yes. Let us
Let's
all turn on your camera and have a group photo together with our trainer today. It's once in a while time. So let's have a picture together.
Please turn on your camera, everyone. One, cheese. Can we do a heart pose or something? Thank you. Cheese. All right. Whoa. Another one, another one. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Back
Thank
to
you very
you,
much,
Conan.
Min. Yeah, and now it's almost the end of our workshop, and I handle the meeting to our Vice President of Education to have some words before we close our workshop today. To you, Toastmaster Samuel.
Thank you, Toastmaster Conan, for your kind word. And I would like to end this workshop today with a very thankful moment for DTM Braham Memon for making time for us at this very late time at your time zone. And I would love to appreciate all of our participants today for making time for this 1.5 hour of workshop. I hope that everyone have their key takeaway from this event. I wish there is a grammarian so that we can capture all of the great phrase from Toastmaster Braham, but you can always watch our live stream again on Facebook of EVO. And I hope to see you guys in more meeting at of EVO in the future. And thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.
And just one last word I want to add. As you can see, EVO is sharing this workshop as an open workshop for everyone. But do you know we have some workshops that are internal to EVO members? And do you wish to learn more, even more things from experienced Toastmasters like Ram and other people in the world? And let me tell you a secret. I'm going to the convention, international convention next 2 weeks in Anaheim. And it's my plan to network and to talk to different people and invite even more trainers to EVO. So that is why if you want to take advantage of the opportunity, then fill out the form in the chat. It should take about 2 or 3 minutes, and say that if you want to become EVO members, and if so, then we'll contact you later about your membership. But thank you very much, everyone, for joining our workshop today, and we wish you a wonderful night. Thank you. A wonderful day for some people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, we are a happy, funny bunch. So come join us, fill out the form for us to reach out. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you have any further question, talk, or concern, or feedback about our workshop, please do so as well. Reach out to us anytime. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, goodbye and see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.